at Care Solutions programs like Family Preservation of America, we bring the whole team together in different ways and different approaches in order to arrive at that particular diagnosis of a depression, and continuous reassessment and evaluation to see if additional clinical data has been provided that requires a new clinical decision regarding that particular diagnosis. And this goes on with the whole entire process of data assessment to come up with that diagnosis, and then the treatment plan and the rehabilitation plan and etc. that are required in order to have the best outcome for the patient. So for somebody who's coming out of school, sometimes they get uncomfortable. Do you want to start prescribing medication coming out of school without adequate experience, knowledge, and understanding, knowing the risk that could come from your prescription task or duty, or as a psychotherapist, or whether a talk therapy, depending on the model that you choose to address the issues? What is the best way to be able to help this individual that can help them to either heal or recover? So these are the things we not only provide. So one thing that I find from my capacity as an executive in this area that sits in some of these meetings with these highly educated people that are trained in complex processes that are not quantifiable, in the sense that it has to do with the mind and the reasoning and the understanding and analysis of the data, the clinical data that is obtained during such an assessment, is that for a staff who is in this field, like all the people that work for us, because we are very careful during talent recruiting to look for that, is three things that are critical, or maybe four. One is that, does the person understand the relevance of research? Every week I read at least one research. In fact, almost every day I read a research in this particular field, and share those research with our team so that they can see what is current, what is modern, what is up to date. So research is very critical, and gaining that knowledge and insight into new technologies and new innovations and new discoveries is what we may help those what is helping our clinicians. And these are what we look, whether the person, one, has the ability and the interest and the desire to learn new things, to update their knowledge on this research. Then those research is also the theories that supports it, because in school they teach you theories and then that's all, and then you read the research and that's all they gave you coming out of school. So for us, we want to see if the person is improving in their own professional development and capacity, and also this will also provide to our own clinicians through the resources that we have put together in our personnel management and human resources administration. So that is why at Care Solutions, those that seek for career or look for opportunities at Care Solutions better be prepared to allow rigorous approach and also rigorous work, which is actually very fulfilling. And you can stay here 6 months without improving or developing. Every day or every week or every month, we expect that you learn something new working for us. This may be hard for some people. We have also come to people that say, oh, your business is too involved. I just want to go to a place I can just go and show up and do some work and get a paycheck. I don't have the energy and the strength and the time to be as involved as we are, which is fine. But for us, as a matter of organizational culture, building one of the best behavioral health system here in Maryland, where it is very competitive, if you know you have very distinct, pristine institutions like John Hopkins and University of Maryland. And I had spoken in the previously about how we've gotten offer a couple of times, even from John Hopkins, who wanted to buy our practice in the past, and even offered us a partnership, which we turned down at the time. But if we were not doing something good, they wouldn't be interested in offering us partnership. Maybe buying the practice because it's built up, but not offering us a partnership, and which unfortunately we turned down then. But the point we are making is that the three factor that is very critical to you as a clinician is the research that I mentioned, the theories, the things that you do must be supported by some theories that is being tested and proven to work. The efficacy and effectiveness of our procedures is what we help to determine the outcome for every member of our program. So we want you to bear that in mind. Now, it's research and it's theories. Then the other thing is the practice, the way the practice is done. People have all kinds of practice. Some people don't care, as long as they show up or do whatever they like to do. But for us, the practice has to be principle based and it has to be evidence based. And that's where we look at also the long history of people experiences. But even if the person is new, we are fine because it's also good to groom them when they are new. But the only thing is that we require that the person must be hungry for knowledge and to learn new things and to be able to improve themselves. If you don't have the hunger to improve yourself professionally, how can you help somebody who is struggling, who is mentally ill, to be able to get out of the situations? Because most of the time, even the Congress recognized the fact that the rehabilitation option is the best approach to help an individual who is suffering from mental health. It is more effective based on the evidence I have seen, which I have written in my books. It's more effective than treatment. Just the same wisdom the United States Congress saw in creating that option, that as a form of and the best approach, which they pay through the rehab options, through the health and human services Medicaid options, Medicaid programs. And some insurance companies under the Parity Act, which we fought for 10 years at the time, several decades ago, some decades ago, actually a few decades ago, 1 decade ago. So is also very effective in a way that our services are delivered. So all these other things are things that we makes care solutions cooperation programs different from most programs in the country. So we also use this opportunity to thank our distinguished staff and our, especially the older ones, and who are very instrumental in mentoring the new ones who are new licenses. Because definitely they come to work unprepared. When they begin to encounter the kind of populations and the problems that we have, and realizing that the theories that is studied in college and graduate schools